Hey guys, it's Russ Ruffino with Clients on Demand, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to spot the fakers. Stay tuned. All right, everybody, welcome to today's show. I'm Russ Ruffino, founder and CEO of Clients on Demand, and I'm here today with the amazing, the incomparable, the brilliant Mr. Mark Von Muser, our Director of Sales. And today we're going to be talking about how do you spot the fakers. So we're going to give you 5 ways to spot the coaches that are kind of talking a big game, but can't really bring it. And the reason this topic is so important is that the high ticket coaching space has absolutely exploded. So if you're looking to build an online business, or you're looking to create online courses, or you're looking to monetize your knowledge or your wisdom or your expertise in any way, then I can tell you the high ticket model, which is the model that we teach, is absolutely the best way to do it. That model has enabled us to do over, I think, $66 million now in high ticket coaching sales. And it's just blown up our business, and it's enabled our clients to collectively do over $1 billion in high ticket coaching sales themselves. But the problem is that now that this model has been so successful, is that the market is just getting flooded with all of these coaches trying to teach people how to do high ticket that have never really done it before, or at least not really done it well. So what I want to do today is give you guys 5 ways that you can spot these people that are kind of talking a big game, but if you ever hire them, they won't be able to actually deliver. The truth is, there's only a handful of people that can really, really deliver consistent and amazing results for their clients. There's very, very few of us. And I want to walk you through today exactly how to spot those people. Mark, welcome to the show.
Hey, excited to be here. I like you, Russ. I look on my news feed and I see, self-proclaimed expert after expert. And the sad part is we know most of these guys, or a lot of these guys, a lot of them we have no idea. They're just popping up, like weeds in a garden. But so many of these people, they're popping up, and we just know that what they're spouting is not really the whole truth. And so I'm excited to talk about this because right now people need real leadership. They need real mentorship and real results. So this is going to be an important topic.
Well, the great thing about the coaching space is that anybody can become a coach.
Right.
The terrible thing about the coaching space is that anybody can become a coach. And so, and the thing is once someone's marketing is dialed in and you've got 5 guys all running advertisements that are all saying essentially the same thing, but only one of them is really qualified to get people results, you have no way of knowing which one of the 5 is the one that's for real. And so it ends up just being a crapshoot. So the reason we want to talk about this, and the reason this is so important, is I want to keep you from wasting your money by hiring a coach that can't help you. That's the most frustrating thing in the world, guys. When I was first starting out, I was smart enough to know that I needed help. I was smart enough to know that I needed coaching and I needed mentoring. It's like that saying goes, the only true knowledge is knowing that you know nothing, right? I knew that I knew nothing. I knew that I was starting from scratch, and I wasn't naive enough to think that I could go out there and, watch some YouTube videos and maybe read some ebooks and figure it out on my own, right? No, I knew that I had to hire somebody. The problem is, who do you hire? And especially when you've got so many people in the market now where everyone is saying the same thing, and it's almost impossible to tell who's for real and who's not, that the worst feeling in the world, guys, is to put up the money, hire someone, and not get results. That's a terrible feeling, and that's what we want to protect you from. So let's just dive right in. What are 5 ways that you can spot these fakers, right? Or what are 5 things that you should be looking for, right? Number 1, the first thing you should be looking for is this person getting stunning results for themselves and for their clients right now? Are they getting stunning results for themselves and for their clients right now? And I would also say, are they doing it for a wide variety of clients? So let's really break that down. Number 1, are they getting stunning results for themselves? So this is something that you have to look at. Anybody that's operating in the high ticket coaching space should have an extraordinary business. They should have a business that's giving them 3 things: income, freedom, and impact. And they should really have all 3. So income, they should be making a really amazing income to the tune of like somewhere in the 8-figure territory, honestly, guys, if they're really worth studying with. Number 2, they should have a lot of freedom. You should see these people be able to work from home. You should see them be able to work from anywhere on the planet. You should see things like their whole team works remotely, where there's no office, there's no place for them to get stuck. There's no place they have to be on any particular day at any particular time. They should have tremendous freedom in their life. And number three, they should also be making an impact, right? So that brings me to their clients, right? Are their clients also getting incredible results? And how do you know that? Well, they should have plenty of case studies. They should have plenty of people that you can see that have gotten absolutely extraordinary results. You should be able to see that. And it should be a wide variety of clients. So in other words, are they just working with like fitness professionals and they can't help anyone else? Are they only working with relationship coaches and they can't help anyone else? Or are they working with a broad spectrum of people because the strategies that they teach are so good that they can work in a wide variety of niches? And then the most important piece, are they getting those results right now? It is so easy for people to have a good month and then turn that good month into a headline. So here's what I mean. Let's just say there's a coach out there and that guy's never made a dime online before. And then he launches something, or he gets lucky, or he gets to go on someone's podcast that's got a big, big audience, or in some way, he just gets exposed to a huge amount of people in a very short amount of time. And let's say that guy has a $30,000 month. Then the next month, nothing happens. So he goes, nothing, $30,000, nothing, right? That guy could very easily go on Facebook or on YouTube and start running ads to say, hey, how to make $30,000 a month as a coach, right? Because he did it. He just did it one time. But unfortunately, you're not going to know that until you actually start working with that person. Does that make sense? So it's very important that this person isn't talking about something they did once that never worked again. It's very important this person isn't talking about something that worked like 5 or 6 years ago and haven't really been able to duplicate it since. It's really important that this person is getting consistent results for themselves and for their clients right now. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, there's a lot of people, Russ, that we've seen that, they made money back right when they were transitioning out of the launch area. So they were doing launches and they made money. And then, they didn't know how to transition when launches stopped working. And next thing you know, they're dragging that out for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, saying, oh, look at me, I've been around. But their stuff doesn't work today because everything they did was based on launches. And now they're trying to become relevant. We didn't talk about it on this one, but that's another game too, is that a lot of the mentors make their money. For example, I won't say who, but some of them are telling you to go on a different platform, but they still make their money on Facebook. That's another one that I see a lot of them doing is, oh, wow, look at my Wonder program over here on this platform, but then they make 90% of their sales on Facebook. Go figure.
Oh, I see this all the time, Mark. My favorite is when people are like, webinars are dead. And then, or Facebook ads are dead.
Right.
And you're literally looking at a Facebook ad that if you click it, it takes you to a webinar. It's
right.
like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah. And that's unfortunate, but that's the kind of stuff, guys, that people do. And it's at the end of the day, if you really care about clients, it's like kind of like, why would you be doing that? And that still just drives me crazy because it's like, yes, I know they want to make money, but at the end of the day, you're not skilled to do that. We have one of our clients, for example, he's in the fitness space. He's arguably one of the best in the world, and he'll help somebody get well. And he looks at thousands of different metrics on the body. He helps them get well. And all of a sudden, then that person goes, oh, I'm going to go teach this. And it's like, how are you going to go teach it? He worked on you. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to teach the same exercises that they had me do for other people. And it's like, there's far too many people that are doing that. And yes, it's they're right, but the client today deserves results. The client today deserves to be able to have somebody that really knows what they're doing and knows how to do it. And, on one hand, it's like a lot of these people that are the charlatans of marketing, if you will, they're getting exposed because they can't deliver a result.
That's really the big problem in the coaching space, guys, is it's so easy once you understand the marketing to make big promises. That's the easy part. Anybody can read books about copy or just, spend the money and go out there and hire a really great copywriter. And that copywriter is going to go out there and he's going to write some ads that are very powerful and very persuasive. And those ads usually make some very big promises. That's the easy part. The hard part is, can you actually deliver on what you've promised? Because going out there and building a webinar that converts, that's challenging enough, but a lot of people can do it. The problem is once that webinar starts to convert and you actually get clients coming in the door, can you actually get incredible results for those clients on a consistent basis? And so what we're trying to do, guys, is think about it like this. There's this massive pool of all of the potential coaches that you can hire. What we're trying to do is give you filters so you can narrow it down and narrow it down and narrow it down so that you can find the people that are truly worth working with, right? So that's the first criteria you want to look at. Is this person getting some stunning results for themselves for a wide variety of clients right now? So is that happening right now? Is it happening consistently? And if they're not getting great results for themselves and for their clients, right away, you can disregard that person. Okay, number 2, and this might sound a little bit snobbish, but this is really important. Number 2, is this coach doing a minimum of 8 figures in revenue? Is this coach doing a minimum of 8 figures in revenue? Now, again, guys, we're talking about business coaches. If you're looking for a marriage coach or looking for a fitness coach, the amount of revenue they're bringing in really doesn't matter. But if you're talking about someone that's going to help you grow your business, especially a coaching business or create online courses or infopreneurship or anything like that, the person that you're learning from should be doing a minimum of $1 million a month. And when I say $1 million a month, I mean $1 million a month cash collected. I don't mean sales. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said that they were talking to a potential coach, and that potential coach was like, hey man, yeah, we're doing $1 million a month in sales. And I was like, well, sales, what does that mean? And he said, well, this person's enrolling people into a $25,000 mastermind, and they get to pay it off at like $2,000 a month. And I was like, okay, that's not $1 million in sales, my friend. Like if you enroll enough people into that, the total sales total might add up to $1 million, but you're only collecting something like 50 grand or something like that. So there's a huge difference between what you can say sales and what you've actually collected. Sales is like, hey man, this guy signed up for my $24,000 mastermind. He's going to pay it off at $2,000 a month for the next year. And I'm hoping that person fulfills that payment schedule. But anybody who's ever run a mastermind or continuity program knows that they might not. So there's a huge difference. I'm talking about $1 million a month cash collected in the door. And I'm also saying they should be doing it with some fantastic margins. So they should be making a fantastic profit on that $1 million a month. So there's really easy, guys, to go out there and spend $1 million in advertising, let's say on Facebook, and make $1 million back. But that's not really getting you anywhere, is it? It's kind of just spinning your wheels, right? You spend $1 million on ads, you do $1 million in sales, you end up with nothing. You're just breaking even. So also look at, is this person who's doing $1 million a month, are they doing it at a very, very, very high profit margin? Because a coaching business should have a very, very, very high profit margin. And by the way, guys, the reason I'm saying this is because the notion of coaching and high ticket coaching has been around long enough that the people at the top of the tier are all doing $1 million a month. And there's only a handful of us, but those I would say are the only people worth working with. I don't know anybody that's doing less than $1 million a month that I would advise that you should hire to help you grow your business to that level.
Yeah, I'd like to stack on that too, Russ. The other one is not just are they doing $1 million a month, which is great, but I always look at the fruit on the tree. I want to see how many people in their program or have gone through their program are now making money. And that's the part where so many of them, they make their money by signing up a ton of people, but none of their clients make money. And it's like, that's the hidden testimonial that they don't. And it's amazing to me. Their testimonials are like, oh, well, it was a really good course. Oh, I really liked it. And it's like, yeah, where's the beef? You know what I mean? Where's the clients? And at the end of the day, it's like, how many of your clients became successful? How many of your clients are getting a great result? Because granted, your success is a result of your hard work, your commitment, your decisiveness, your coachability. But it's amazing that some of these big coaches can't go and show you 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 300 people who have had great results with their program. Think about that. I mean, it's like our greatest celebrations are our clients' wins. I mean, clients doing 600,000 a month, 500,000 a month, 300,000 a month, 200,000 a month. I mean, that's amazing. I love that because that's proof in the pudding.
There's a guy that was one of the sort of the pioneers in the information marketing space. And I was watching when I was first starting out, Mark, I was watching a recording of a very expensive event that he had done about like high ticket coaching and consulting. And he said something that really disturbed me, because again, I was just starting out. I wasn't really making, I was doing okay, but I wasn't anywhere near the level we're at now. And so I was thinking about, okay, well, how do I make this transition into high ticket? And so I was like, well, this guy's supposed to be the best. Let me go, check out his stuff. And, at this event, I'm watching this recording and he's like, you should not even care basically about your client results. He's like, anytime you're trying to push people to actually do the work or actually get results, they're going to resent it. And your job is to sort of be like a magician. Your job is to entertain your clients. It's to give your clients projects It's to give them ideas, but don't take any responsibility whatsoever for whether they get results or not. And don't take any responsibility whatsoever for whether they actually do the work. Now, when I first heard that like blew my mind because I'm like, look, man, we're coaches, we're consultants. If our clients aren't getting results, then what the hell are we doing? Like, what is this? It's like saying, people come into your donut store, don't really care about whether you sell them a donut and don't really care about whether those donuts are good or not. I'm like, but the reason they're paying us is to create a certain result. That's the only thing keeping us in business here. So thank God, that guy ended up being wrong, and we could actually end up building a business that's focused on results and on outcomes. But yeah, guys, like that's the thing. If you're not getting results for people, then what are we doing? And if you're thinking about hiring a coach and that coach can't show you, piles of people that they've gotten incredible results for, again, that should just be a huge, huge, huge red flag for you.
Yeah, that's such a big point, Russ, because it's one of the first questions I remember you always asking, and we still ask it every day in the company is, how can we get them better results? What else could we do? And showing up that way, that was what led you to literally when you needed a mindset coach. Someone else, most companies are like, hey, brother-in-law, you need a job, you can be my mindset coach. Hey, so-and-so, you can be my ad copy person. But you didn't. You actually went around and asked experts in the area, said, who is the best mindset person you know on the planet? And then you hired them. Who's the best sales trainer that you know on the planet that has a new approach? And you went for excellence in every seat that was critical for the client's success. Nobody can compare on that. That's something that's hidden. People say, oh, I have a coach too. But that coach didn't coach the sixth wealthiest person on the planet. They haven't done tens of thousands of sessions. They haven't, trained, thousands of coaches around the world. But you honestly can say that your team does.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like, again, our number one responsibility, our number one priority is to get results for our clients, right? And that means for me as the business owner that I got to go out there and I got to hire the people who can actually get results for my clients. I'm not a mindset expert. I'm good at Facebook ads. I'm good at advertising. I'm not like the best in the world at it. So I will go out there and I hire the people that are the best. It's just, that's what it takes to get great results for our clients. So of course, that's what we do. All right. The third criteria, have they been doing this consistently for a long time? Again, or is this something that worked once and then they haven't been able to duplicate it? So again, you want to make sure that you're working with people that have been doing this for a while, because it's really easy, guys, for something to work for like a month or two and then never work again. And anybody that's been in online marketing for a while will tell you that they've had things like this. They had a webinar, let's say, that just happened to be the exact right message at the exact right time, and they knocked it out of the park for like a month or two. They made a boatload of money, and then it didn't work again. Or they did a launch one time and that launch happened to go really, really well, but then on the next launch, they got killed. On the next launch, they got killed. So is this something that's been working consistently for a long time, where this person has a track record that they can point to? Or is this something where the guy's kind of just starting out? That's a big red flag to be working with someone that's brand new, because they don't know what they don't know, and they might teach you a strategy that might have worked for them a few months ago, but is it going to work tomorrow? Who knows?
Yeah. Not just does it work tomorrow and did it work before, but also does it work in your niche? That's another one too. So not only has it not worked, but some of those strategies, like with the gyms or some of these other ones, that have a high touch point in person, they're now trying to sell that same strategy to other things, and it's not necessarily applicable. So far too many people, they've made their money before and they're still riding. I mean, I remember the worst case, and this is how far back I remember, but when MySpace showed up and MySpace went out of business, all of a sudden, all those MySpace experts were now Facebook experts. And it was funny because nobody had done anything on Facebook yet, but now they're experts on Facebook, self-proclaimed again. And at the end of the day, guys, it's like you want to look for that long-term success, because again, I see that far too often. People will go ahead and they hit their warm network, they hit a stage, they hit, like you said, Russ, a podcast, and they get a big bump. And then they're going and they're going to market on that, sell that, but that was a one-time deal. What are they doing now, and what are their clients doing now? So pay attention to that too. How long have they been doing this, and how long have they been getting results?
Yeah, absolutely. And number 4, do they have stunning client reviews? So this is important. A lot of coaches have started using things like Trustpilot. So we use Trustpilot to collect our client reviews. And what's cool about Trustpilot is that if someone who is a client goes and leaves a review, we can't really change it. There's not really much we can do about it, whether that review is good or bad. But the reason we use things like Trustpilot is that it protects us from fake reviews. So, there should never be a situation where like some random person that's never worked with us before could come and leave a review, because how do they know? It's like leaving a review of a restaurant that you've never eaten at. Well, this place looks good, 5 stars, or this place looks terrible, 1 star. But if you've never been there, like, how can you possibly review it? So a lot more people are using Trustpilot now, and certain other review services that do the same thing. But go check the reviews, guys. See what people are saying. Look at the good ones, look at the bad ones, and listen to the kind of stories that people are telling. If you go to our Trustpilot page for Clients on Demand, you'll see some really incredible stories of transformation where people's, not just their business, but their whole lives, their mindset, their confidence, all these things were transformed. And that's really what you should be looking for. Because to be honest, anytime you want to create an extraordinary result, there's big, big changes that you have to make. It's not just a question of getting a good strategy and implementing it, although that's part of it. There's all kinds of beliefs that have to shift. Just take scaling your business to $100,000 a month. There's a lot of mental, cleaning house that you have to do that you might not even be aware of. You have all kinds of toxic beliefs about money that you don't even know, you didn't even know were there. But when you get to 50K a month, 60K a month, all of a sudden you start to get really uncomfortable. You get to 70K a month, and all of a sudden you just have this anxiety. And where is this coming from? Things are going good. I'm making money, but oh my God, this just doesn't feel right. It's because you have negative beliefs about money and success and all these other things that have been conditioned into you. So there's a big transformation that you need to make. So when you see people's reviews, they should be talking about that. I am a better person today than I was when I joined this program. This is so much more than a business program. This introduced me to a better version of myself. That's the kind of stuff that you should be seeing people say, not just, hey, 5 stars, great program, looked good.
Russ, there's another scam in the testimonial space too. It's one of the reasons why I love a legit source like Trustpilot, because again, those are verified, they're independent, completely independent. Now, here's the scam on the other ones that I see people doing. It's kind of like what you're talking about, but this started in the no money down real estate era. If you ever watch those no money down infomercials, Russ, you see them at the event. Oh, wow, this, all the excitement and the hoopla of the event. And the person, they stand there with a testimonial and going, oh, this was a great event. This was a great event. Well, how many houses did they buy? 6 months later, they still haven't bought a house. And so some of the online marketers are doing that. Well, when you buy their low ticket program, they go ahead for a 5-star testimonial, do a quick testimonial. We'll give you these additional free trainings. Now, that was the scam all along, is like, give them a 5-star review over nothing, that there's no proof, there's no evidence, you haven't gotten any clients yet, but then you'll get these other free trainings worth, $395 or $1,000 type training. So that's the other thing that people are doing to try and pump up their testimonials. But the reality is they still don't have anything. And it's like people are jumping in because they want the free information. So are those testimonials truly honest, or are those just self-proclaimed again?
Yeah, there's a guy that was actually doing that. You join his program, and right away, within like 10 minutes of joining, they say, hey, we have this bonus module that you can unlock, but you have to go here and you have to read, you have to leave a 5-star review. And that's just like, when I heard about that, it just blew my mind, because I was like, wait a minute, they just joined your program. They haven't even worked with you yet. They haven't even come to their first Q&A call. They haven't even watched the first videos. They haven't even gotten their feet wet in the program yet. And you're already hitting them up for a review and then giving them a freebie if they leave the review. So of course they're going to go there and be like 5 stars, but that doesn't give the customer any sense whatsoever of like what's really going on in that program. There's no transparency. I mean, it's not exactly a fake review, but it's pretty close to a fake review. It's like review my restaurant before you eat here. You just walked in, we'll give you 20% off your meal if you go to Yelp right now and leave a 5-star review. But I haven't eaten yet. Whatever, we'll give you 20% off, but you got to do it right now. It's like, how shady is that? So, but that's the kind of stuff that people do, man. And again, that's why when you guys are checking out reviews, it shouldn't just be a star rating. There should be people there talking about their transformation, right? What you really should be looking for is, I was here and now I'm here. I was here. I worked with this person. I got amazing result right in the beginning. And now those results have continued to today. And this is the difference that this program has made in my life. That's the kind of stuff that you want to see. Not every review is going to have that, but some of them should definitely have that, because that tells you that the person's really experiencing a powerful transformation in their life and in their business. And it's not just like some BS fake review like, oh yeah, 5 stars, would buy again.
It's true.
All right, guys, the 5th thing that we want to look for is, do they offer a start to finish solution with world-class support? So here's what I mean by a start to finish solution. There are a lot of people out there that are just coaching on like one piece of the puzzle. All right. So let's say you want to bring in more clients into your business, and you understand, I need to advertise. I need to, when people click my ad, I need to send them into some kind of funnel. When maybe they sign up for a phone call, and then they need to handle that phone call properly, right? So what you'll find is that there might be someone out there who just teaches ads, or someone out there who just teaches funnels, or someone out there who just teaches sales. And the problem with that is that every piece of that process depends on every other piece of that process. So for example, you can run really fantastic Facebook ads, but if they're going into a funnel that doesn't work, then the ads, all that money you're spending is just going to go to waste. Or you can have an amazing funnel, but if you're sending the wrong traffic into it, the wrong people into it, you're not going to make any money from that funnel. Or if people are booking phone calls or appointments or discovery calls, whatever you want to call them, to talk to you on the phone about working together, and you don't know how to handle that phone call, you get the best ads and the best marketing, and you're not going to enroll anybody. So it doesn't make sense then to hire someone that only is covering one tiny piece of that. I'm the guy that just teaches organic marketing, or I'm the guy that just teaches Facebook ads, or I just teach this, or I just teach that. And the problem with this is that you're going to go out there and you're going to spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to work with that person, but then you still need the rest of the pieces of the puzzle, don't you? So it's like, that person can't really get great results for people because they're only giving you that one piece. So it's really important that you find someone out there that is going to get you all the way to the outcome, right? So you're here where you don't have any clients and you want to get to, let's say, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 a month, right? What is everything you need to make that journey? And does that person have the ability to coach you on every single piece of this? And that's really tough, guys. There's not that many people out there that can do that. Most people, again, only specialize in one little piece. But the problem with that is you go and you hire that person, and you got to hire someone else to get that piece, and you got to hire someone else to get that piece. And then you're still trying to put all those pieces together like a puzzle and turn it into something that kind of sort of looks like a business. You want to work with someone that can hand you the entire thing on a silver platter and just say, here, this is exactly what you do, step by step by step by step. And you also want to make sure that that person has world-class support. So you want to make sure you're investing in transformation, not information. Here's the difference. Information is, I'm going to give you a blueprint for how to do something, but you're going to, I'm going to hand it to you, and then you're going to go off and you're going to do it on your own. And I'm not really going to help you do it. Transformation is, I'm going to give you the blueprint, but I'm also going to sit there and hold your hand every step of the way while you execute it and make sure you're doing each and every piece of it correctly. And I'm going to support you on every aspect of this thing, including your mindset, so that we can actually get you to the result. That's the difference. And honestly, guys, very, very few people in any market or any niche are offering that. Most people are offering something else, but you hire them because you don't know better. Make sense? So it's really important that you find people that can give you that start to finish solution and give you world-class support at the same time.
That's the part I was going to talk about, Russ, was about that support, because what most people will do is they'll say, oh, watch this video. Okay, well, that's great, but it ignores one huge elephant in the room, and that's called the human condition. And when you watch the video, that's information, or you get the download of the PDF or their blueprint. And so what happens is, now what? Now it's time to implement. Now all your fears, all your biases are going to get hit a wall. And that's where the human connection comes in. That's where human excellent coaching comes in, because it's not necessarily the information, it's the human blocks that are stopping us. And that's where most of these companies are doing. That's why they might have 500,000 people in their program, yet they're only putting a handful of people across stage as successful. Think about that. Would you rather be in a group that has 500,000 people all in their system and they're putting up 30, 40, 50 people across stage? Or would you rather be in a group that has a lot less, but they're putting almost everyone across stage? And that's the sort of thing too. That one difference is the level of coaching. Is it just videos? Is it just modules? Is it some generic stuff? Or is it somebody that's going to be there to hold your hand, to go over your ad copy back and forth until it's done right, to get your mindset clear of that mind trash that we all have that's stopping us, to help you walk you through and understand how to get the enrollments? And that's what most people just won't do. At most, they'll have videos, they'll have a couple of PDFs, a couple of blueprints, their secret sauce, but there's no one there that's going to help you past your fear when it's time to implement. And without that, you're dead in the water. That's why so many people join those programs, but very few people ever win.
Exactly. And I mean, the problem is, it's like maybe 0.1% of people, right? So 1 in 1,000, let's say, that you can just hand them a blueprint and they will just run with it and execute it, right? Those people do exist, but they're so rare. What these people do though, is they'll go out there and they'll sell 100,000 copies of their book, let's say. And if it's 1 in 1,000 people that actually go out there and take action and get results, that will be the 100 people that they showcase. They don't talk about the 999,900 people that didn't get results. They're talking about the 100 people that did, because they were exactly the right person at exactly the right time with exactly the right work ethic and exactly the right belief system and all the time to implement the program and all that other stuff, right? So that's not our job, right? Our job is not just to get results for like the 0.1% of people that are just already dialed in. Our job is to get results for the normal people who want to do this, but they just don't have the resources. They can't, they have limiting beliefs. They don't know how. They need a little help. They need a little coaching. They need some support. That's who it's our job to help. And so, you want to be working with people that have something that's really, really, really transformational, that's actually getting results for a huge percentage of their clientele. That's what you want. And that, again, that is very rare. It's very hard to find. Most of the time, what stops people from achieving is not a lack of information. And if you've ever tried to get in shape, you know this, right? Everyone that I know that's ever tried to get in shape has a bookshelf, like somewhere in their house with like all kinds of diet books on it, Body for Life or Atkins or Zone Diet, whatever people are doing now. And it's like any of those, if they just followed them, would work, right? That's not the problem. The problem is following them. The problem is that follow through. It's pushing through the fear. It's pushing through the self-doubt. It's keeping yourself on track. It's keeping yourself disciplined. That's where a coach really comes in handy. It's not just to show you the way, but to coach you on every step of it. And the other thing to keep in mind is that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. So a coach has to be able to adapt on the fly to modify the approach so that it's perfect for you and perfect to attract the kind of clients that you want to attract, not necessarily the kind of clients that they want in their business. So that's why in Clients on Demand, we've worked with like marriage coaches, dating coaches, fitness coaches, nutritionists, naturopathic doctors, functional medicine doctors. I mean, just people for like a huge variety of clients, because we understand how to take the principles that work for everybody and then customize them to each and every client. And guys, I'm not going to lie, that takes a lot of work, but it's what we love to do. It's what gets us out of bed in the morning. So guys, look, those are the 5 filters to spot these coaches that are faking it and to find out the ones that do. So let's go over them real quick one more time. Number 1, are they getting stunning results for themselves and for a wide variety of clients right now? Number 2, are they doing at least $1 million a month? Number 3, have they been doing this consistently for a long time? It's something that's been working, consistently over time. Number 4, do they have stunning client reviews? And number 5, do they offer a start to finish solution with world-class support? And if you look at everyone out there that's doing business coaching or high ticket coaching, I promise you, there are just a handful of people that check all those boxes, and we all know each other. We're all friends. Yes, we're competitors, but we're also friends, and we all have a mutual respect for one another. So guys, look, if you want to bypass all the nonsense and you want to get right into a step-by-step game plan that can get you exactly where you want to go, then I'm going to give you that for free. And the way that we do that is over the phone on a 45-minute breakthrough call. So here's what I want you to do. Go to clientsondemand.com/talk and book an appointment to speak to us. When you go to that page, you're going to see our calendar. On that calendar, you can see a bunch of available appointment times. Pick whichever appointment time works for you, and we will call you at the time that you chose. Now, on that call, we're going to put our heads together. We're going to get you clear on a few things. Number 1, exactly who your target audience is, right? So who's your dream client that you really want to work with? Number 2, exactly what price should you be charging? Number 3, who is this ideal audience and where do they hang out? And number 4, what are the exact next steps that you should take to start to reach those people and enroll them consistently? So there's no charge for this. It's absolutely free. And our goal on that call is just to give you tremendous value and tremendous clarity in your business. So go to clientsondemand.com/talk and book that appointment to speak to us. I guarantee you, if you're like most of the people that we talk to, you're wasting your time right now on so much like superfluous marketing stuff that you just don't need to be doing. We can scrap all that stuff and just replace it with a really simple process that brings you clients like clockwork. if you're like most of the people we talk to. So go to clientsondemand.com/talk and let us help you get clear on exactly what you need to be doing to hit those income goals that you've set for yourself.
And you guys might not know whether or not this model will work for you. And it's very, very simple, but mastery is the pathway to simplicity. And, it's add webinar phone call. It's that quick. And you can always test your marketing methods based on how many new clients did you get last month? How about the month before? How about the month before? How about this year? It's kind of like your bank account doesn't lie. And so one of the things too is jump on the phone. Our guys are experts about whether or not this model will work. And again, what your next steps are. And I can't tell you how many times we get on the phone with people and they have such a great skill. They have such a great heart, but the problem is they're listening to the wrong people. And they think that as soon as they get their ebook done, that's going to be the magic. Now it's going to work. As soon as I get my new font done on my website, that's going to be the secret. It's not. Talk to our guys, find out. And again, we'll look at your business. We'll look at what's working, what's not, but really we'll look at where you want to go. And if we can help, we'll show you what that looks like. If something else is better, we'll steer you to that. But that way, no matter what, you get major value from the call, you get major clarity, and you are going to know exactly what you need to do to make your business what you want it to be.
1000%, guys. Go to clientsondemand.com/talk, book that appointment to speak to us, and we will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you guys want to subscribe, there's a little picture of me. You can click that button right over there. If you want to book a breakthrough session with our team, which you absolutely should do, then you can click that button there or go to clientsondemand.com/talk to book an appointment to speak to us. We'll go ahead and catch you on the next show. Bye-bye.